Thank you so much for coming today. This is Valerie. She came from Kansas for a conference in Ottawa, and she's been actually gracious enough to actually, do a little conference here and talk about the products and about the business and, entertain us at the same time, right?
Thank you. Well, thank you guys for coming very much. This is actually my first time meeting George in person, and I love his personality.
Very nice.
So I'm Executive National Vice President from ARBONNE. I live in Paola, Kansas. It's a tiny little town of about 5,000 people. And I've actually been with ARBONNE for 10 years. I started my business when I was just 25. And I was at the time running a licensed daycare business, of all things, in my home. And had a 1- and a 3-year-old daughter. And knew ever since I had kids I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. So I got into in-home daycare, so I had to be home with them. But I had found myself, since I was pretty young, struggling with acne. So I never thought I would get involved in a company that had skincare in its catalog. So I was always so embarrassed of my skin, and I never wanted anyone to see me without makeup on. So when I was first introduced to ARBONNE through the products, I was really impressed because the woman that introduced ARBONNE to me had the most beautiful skin. I'm like, okay, whatever you're using, tell me, and I want to hear about it. So she invited me to an in-home group presentation. Have you guys ever been to a presentation to kind of hear about skincare before? Some of you? And have any of you guys ever heard of ARBONNE before? So you're familiar? All of you? Are you guys kind of new to ARBONNE a little bit? Yeah? Okay. But I went to this presentation 10 years ago just so I could hear the whole presentation, and I wanted to leave before anyone else got there because I was so embarrassed of my skin. I wanted to try the products, but I didn't want anyone to see me without my makeup on. And typically when I went to those types of parties, people would, the consultant would put the skincare on me and put this makeup on me, and I looked like Mimi off the Drew Carey show after I was done. So I typically shied away from those types of presentations, but there was definitely something different about this one. I love the fact that ARBONNE's motto is pure, safe, beneficial. They don't use the chemical dyes, the chemical fragrance. I was definitely intrigued to hear more about the product line. And I heard this whole presentation. The woman at the time that was presenting, she was 47 and had the most beautiful skin I'd ever seen. And I'm like, okay, if I can look like you at 47, tell me what I need to do, and I will bathe in it daily, and sign me up, tell me what to do. So after the presentation, I decided that night to purchase the whole skincare system. And we, at the time, financially were very paycheck to paycheck. We had gotten into a home we really couldn't afford, but had to furnish it with, all the stuff, and kind of got ourselves into a financial situation where I didn't have a lot of money when I first started my business. And that night, I purchased the whole skincare set, but I wrote it in my checkbook as Walmart, so it kind of blended into my checkbook, so my husband didn't know where I was really spending it. And that none of you guys have ever done anything like that ever. Yeah. But I got the product about a week later, started using it, and within 2 weeks I had people for the first time ever in my life comment on my skin. Now when you have acne, it is so embarrassing. I would go to sleepovers in middle school and high school, and I would wear like Oxytocin tinted Claricel just to try to cover up my acne, because I was always so embarrassed at other people seeing my skin. So to have people actually comment on my skin and notice the difference after just a couple of weeks, I knew that there was something I wanted to hear more about with this product line. So I wanted to urbanize my home. I wanted the makeup, I wanted everything that they had in the catalog. I just didn't have any money to be able to purchase it, so that was a problem. So I invited everyone I knew in my home that had skin and hair to come, and by the end of the presentation, we had 5 people actually interested in the business side of it, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, we'll see what happens. And I honestly thought it'd be a great, cute little business. I'll get a discount on my products. I'll, have my acne totally, cleared up and have great makeup. And that's really all I really saw it as, a cute little business making a little bit of extra money. But I'm one of those people, if I love something, I can't shut up about it. I was like literally like just loving how my skin was looking. I was loving how my makeup for the first time was feeling on my skin. And I literally was just talking to everybody, and within 4 months had totally matched my daycare income. I watched 8 daycare kids during the day, and then my 2 days a week. So I had 10 kids in my home from 6 in the morning until 6 o'clock at night. And for fun, I actually used to teach a toning and aerobic class at 5 a.m. from 5 to 5:45. So that was kind of my life for years. And when I was able to totally replace my daycare income, I was just so blown away, because I was able to pay my house payment, I was able to pay my car payment, and my husband, who wasn't super supportive when I first started my business, started getting a little bit more supportive, and I was able to pay the house payment and the car payment. And on top of that, my skin looked amazing after 4 months, and so I was totally sold. And honestly, from the time I started until 18 months later, it was a kind of a growing process for my husband. When went to work all day and he came home, and I had to build my business a couple of nights a week in the evenings. And so he had a hard time initially because he was tired when he came home from work, and I was ready to leave because I'd been home with kids all day long and I was wanting to get out of the house. And we kind of had to go through a little bit of a growing process, but within 18 months, I became a regional vice president. That's at our level, that's where you get your white Mercedes with our company car. And then just a short 12 to 13 months later, I became a national vice president. So I'm a national vice president today and have had an amazing business over the last 10 years. We now have a little boy, his name's Mateo, that we were blessed to be able to adopt from Guatemala 2 years ago. And it took about 3.5 years to bring him home. So my business has absolutely just been a total blessing to our family. There's no way I would even have been able to look at the adoption process if it wasn't for the financial backing that I have with my business. So that's a little bit about my history and how I heard about Arbonne. Obviously, I don't have acne anymore, and I absolutely love the product, so you guys can tell I am excited to share these with you. We have a full anti-aging, a full basic skincare system for like teens and early 20-year-olds. We have products for men, for women, for babies. So we have something for everyone in your family. And one of the things I really love about our business is everything's consumable. So if you have skin and if you have hair, you're going to probably reorder those products that you're using on a regular basis. So I love the fact that I don't have to sell products to people that they're not already using. This is stuff that people use on a regular basis. So what I did was I did give each one of you guys a catalog. We're just going to really use these today for kind of a presentation catalog. We'll get those back from you guys at the end. And if you guys decide that you want to order with Arbonne, then actually you will get a catalog with your order. So just so you guys know that. So these are just kind of presentation catalogs today. But I want to share with you guys a little bit about our product line, our company in general. Arbonne is a 32-year-old company, and we're sold in the United States, in Canada, in Australia, and then in the UK. We have over 450 products in our catalog, so we have something for everyone in your family. If you're really not into skincare and cosmetics, so we have a whole weight management line. We have a whole color cosmetic line, we have detox spa products. We really have something for everybody, so we'd be able to kind of hit whatever it is that interests you. And I'm going to just really go through a couple of lines with you today, because I want to kind of keep it short and sweet, if that's okay with you guys. I talk fast, and I think you guys have an accent, but you guys probably think I have a little bit of an accent, so if you need me to slow down, you just tell me if you like it. Okay, you say slow down, I'll slow down for you. But I'm going to share with you guys first about what makes Arbonne unique. So we're a 32-year-old company. We take a more holistic approach when we formulate our products, and we use science along with nature. So you can make your own skincare at home, but it's not going to get rid of your brown spots. It's not going to get rid of your age spots and your fine lines and wrinkles. So we have the most phenomenal anti-aging system on the market. I am so sold on the anti-aging system that we have. It's called Nutriment C RE9 Anti-Aging. I've been using it since 2003. I'm really 50. But I started using it when I was 26 years old. And the acne line totally cleared my acne, but then the anti-aging really made a huge difference in some of the brown spots that I had after I had my kids. I started getting these brown splotches, they're called like melasma or pregnancy mask. I got that after having my kids. It totally got rid of that. It's amazing for fine lines and wrinkles. So I'll talk with you guys a little bit about the anti-aging system. And then I'm going to share with you guys a little bit about our detox spa line. And George does have the products here, so I'll be able to kind of talk with you through them. A couple of them I'm going to have you guys actually try in your hand rather than do a whole facial today. We'll just do a little hand shawl. And then I want to share with you guys a little bit about what's in our products, because I think that's really important. I think a lot of times we are not an informed consumer. We typically buy with whatever the price is. So if it's inexpensive, we'll buy it. Or if the model and the packaging looks beautiful, we'll buy it. I used to buy products if she looked good on the packaging. Like, if I can look like her, I'll take 10 of them. And then I get home and I'm like, you know, did not look like her. So you will actually see results after using these products. You will see results the first time that you use them after using these products, and the longer that you use them, the better your skin gets. So what makes us unique in regards to ingredients is everything is pure, safe, beneficial. We don't use any chemical dyes or chemical fragrance in our product lines. We don't use any parabens. We don't use any petroleum or mineral oil-based ingredients. You guys, I'm not sure if you're familiar with mineral oil, but it's used very commonly in a lot of skincare, lotions, foundations, and it's used to make your skin look moisturized. But the problem with it is that the molecular makeup of it's too large to even get into your skin. So basically it just sets right on top of your skin. Your skin can't absorb it, and it's not going to hydrate your skin. So a lot of times when you see people that use Arbonne, you say, oh my gosh, you have a great glow to your skin. We hear that a lot of times with our product lines. It just looks hydrated. And it's because we don't use the mineral oil, the petroleum that a lot of products use. We also don't use any SD40 alcohol, which can be very drying to the skin. A lot of acne products will use SD40 alcohol or benzoyl peroxide, which are cheap ingredients that can be used to dry out the skin, but it actually causes your sebum, which is your oil producer in your skin, to overproduce oil to compensate for what you're stripping. So you're kind of in that constant cycle. So we don't use any SD40 alcohol, no petroleum-based ingredients, no mineral oil. We also don't do any animal testing. So everything is vegan certified. We use no animal products or any animal byproducts. And you wouldn't think I'd have to say this, but actually if you go home, look in your cosmetic graveyard. I think as a woman we have like a couple of them. And on the back of your bottles, if it says with collagen, with elastin, or with lanolin, that actually is an animal byproduct. We don't use anything that has collagen, elastin, or lanolin in it in a bottle because it comes from animals. We actually produce collagen on our own. As you age, our skin starts to kind of thin and it starts to break down a little bit. We're not producing as much collagen as when we were in our teens or early 20s. So a lot of times what happens is people start noticing a difference in the sagging of the skin, the jowl area, the neck area, and their skin starts to get that crepey kind of paper thin skin. So you can actually use anti-aging products which will help to rebuild your skin's elasticity, stimulating your collagen production. You will see a significant difference in using our products. And I know George put one of these in each of your guys' pink bags, but I want to kind of mention this because I think this is pretty impressive. We did our clinical studies, outside clinical studies. 83% of the participants reported an increase in skin firmness within just 24 hours. 92% reported a reduction in appearance of fine lines and wrinkles within just 1 week. 96 reported a refinement of skin texture and smoothness within just 1 week. And then 100% would recommend Arbonne to their friends and family after using the product line. So I think that's pretty impressive and says a lot about the anti-aging system. So, and then there was something else, no chemical dyes, fragrances, no mineral oil. So yeah, so everything that we have in our products, it is safe for your skin, hair, and body. And my kids have grown up as Arbonne babies. My daughters were 1 and 3 when I started my business, and they have used Arbonne since they were little. They have beautiful skin. I have a 14-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 5-year-old. And they all have gorgeous skin. Mateo grew up in an orphanage from birth to 3.5 years old, but now he has beautiful, gorgeous Arbonne skin too. So, I'm going to actually first just jump right into the skincare line. So if you guys want to kind of follow along, you can. If not, that's okay too. I'll just talk